The rain started before the killing did. Thin lines at first, like charcoal strokes dragged across a pale sky, then heavier. Ink bleeding into ink. The courtyard of Black Crane Temple was already cracked from age, but rain made it look alive. Every puddle trembled. Every stone reflected distorted shapes of men who had long ago stopped being just monks. They were spear fighters now, not disciples, not brothers, men. Jan stood barefoot at the north end of the courtyard. Across from him, Wei rolled his neck once and spat rainwater. They had trained together under the same master, shared the same rice bowl, fought side by side in the mountain passes against bandits and mercenaries who thought monks were soft. But the temple was dying. Donations had stopped. Allies had disappeared. Rumors spread that Black Crane sheltered men who solved problems too permanently. Tonight, the elders demanded proof of loyalty. Only one captain would lead the temple's remaining fighters. Only one would carry the black-lacquer spear of command. The spear between them was not ceremonial. Its shaft was dark as burned wood, its blade long and narrow, forged for piercing armor and ribs with equal indifference. Wei lifted his own weapon slowly. Wei attacked first, no shout, no warning. His spear cut forward in a straight thrust aimed for Jian's throat, the kind meant to end a fight before it begins. Jian pivoted off his rear heel, robe flaring in a pale arc. Metal screamed as Jian's counterstrike met Wei's shaft mid-length. Wood cracked. Not broken, just weakened. They separated. Rain hammered harder. Wei circled left. Jian mirrored right. Wei lunged again, but this time the thrust was a feint. Halfway through, he dropped low and swept the butt of his spear toward Jian's knee. Jian leapt, body folding cleanly in midair, and brought his weapon down in a vertical slash. Wei barely rolled clear. The blade split stone where his head had been. Fragments of rock jumped. Wei rose inside Jan's reach and drove his shoulder forward, slamming into Jan's chest. Wei pressed the advantage. He unleashed a flurry of short, brutal thrusts aimed at ribs and abdomen, not elegant temple forms, battlefield strikes. Designed to open flesh, Jan retreated, deflecting with tight rotations of his wrists. Wei snarled, "You always hide behind technique." Jan's voice was steady despite the rain and the pain building in his forearms. "And you hide behind anger." Wei roared and spun his spear in a full circular sweep. The blade clipped Jian's upper arm. Cloth tore, blood mixed with rain, thin red trails washing down to stone. The courtyard went silent except for weather. Wei saw it. Blood. His lips curled. Jian adjusted his grip. Pain sharpened him. Wei charged recklessly now, driving forward with raw strength. Their spears locked mid-shaft, wood grinding, faces inches apart, rain running between them. "You think you can lead them," Wei growled. "You hesitate too much." John's eyes did not leave Wei's. Hesitation keeps men alive. Jian twisted suddenly, sliding his spear along Wei's and trapping it under his arm. They reset again, breathing heavier now. No students watched, no elders intervened. Only adults who understood what this meant. Wei shifted his stance lower, spear angled not for a duel but for a charge meant to impale and drive through. Jane recognized it. The boar break. If it landed, it would not wound. It would finish. Wei sprinted. Jane did not retreat this time. He stepped forward. At the last second, Jian dropped to one knee and rotated his spear horizontally, catching Wei's weapon near the blade. The impact jarred both arms violently. Wood splintered. Jian slid under the thrust and drove his own blade upward. Rain tapped against steel. "You stepped in," Wei whispered. John's hands trembled on the weapon. "You never expected me to." Wei gave a wet, almost amused exhale. He released his spear. It clattered to stone. Jian withdrew his blade. Wei collapsed to his knees, then to his side. Rain washed his blood into thin rivers that followed the cracks in the courtyard floor. Jane remained standing, not triumphant, just breathing. The temple doors creaked open behind him. The elders emerged, faces unreadable. One of them picked up the black-lacquer spear and carried it to Jane. He did not bow. He did not smile. He simply took it. Around them, the rain softened. In the distance, thunder rolled across the mountains like a slow drumbeat. Black Crane Temple had its captain, and the courtyard would never forget how he earned it.